They promoing me right now. What up? We finna go in. Again, I didn't mean to go live right now. But hey, you guys get to see the behind the scenes. We about to turn up. So you might as well just come in here, man. Let's get this quick roll call. What up, DC? Garrett from Washington, DC. What up, DC? What up, her transformed? What up? Salute. What up? What up? I see y'all in here. You already know. Hit the like button. Can everybody just hit the like button automatic, like an automatic response, like breathing? Like, like button, like button. Jump in, family, and hit the like button. Yeah, we doing it. Like. Hey, those show intros are hilarious. Those are hilarious.
Don't pump that head up.
Thank you, bro. Turn ups. Girl, you're not supposed to touch that mic. You spray that mic.
With the lights off.
Yeah, you don't touch that mic. That's why your ass was coughing the other day. Then you wipe it off with a paper towel and you make sure your hands. What in the Sam hell? There you go. Don't ever touch that mic. Come on, y'all. Niggas is bullshitting already on that light. You know what it is. You know what it is. Come on, man. Twos and Fuse crew represent. I think I set up faster than she does. I'm just used to it. She not used to it. What up, sweet D? You ready? All right. And you could turn on that little, whatever that air machine is on your side. Boom. Give me this.
Free enterprise. KBLA Talk 1580. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We got a lot to talk about. King Kong ain't got on me.
Andy.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story. So she's driving me insane, the stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to
Huh?
You want extra still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Brothers and sisters, your brother Zoe Williams is back in the building. You know I'm going to keep this conversation going. What's interesting about these topics, man, they intertwine. We have to keep the discussion popping. You know why it's so important? Because check it, I be tying them all together. I tie the topics together. There is a through line. What's so dope about this platform is we get to have the real conversations that many of us never had in our homes. Many of our people simply weren't equipped. Doesn't mean they were bad parents. It just means they had the toolbox that they had. So think of this show as a type of relationship toolbox where we're doing it together. Your participation and implementation of the information, it's what's important. Me, I'm not important. I'm just a facilitator. I'm just in here, facilitating the conversation. That's it. Sometimes we get caught up in the media personality. We get caught up in the new hot thing. Nope, not here. You're not going to put a perfection tag on me because there's nothing perfect about me. No, sirree bobbles. You're not going to do that to me. I'm not going to let you do it to me. Let me tell you something. I be making, yes, I said I be's making some of the worst mistakes on a daily basis. Oh, yeah. I mess up every day. I promise. And right after I do it, I'll be like, ooh, that hurt. But guess what? I'm here for it. I'm here for the lesson. Sometimes we'll look at, this a particular image of someone, and we'll expect them to be what we are not, and this is why we idolize them. Let me just say, in my Shrouded Lighthouse book, there's a section in there where I'm talking about what I was saying to my daughter, and I told her, never date talent. Just because he's talented doesn't mean he's integrous. Doesn't mean he has character. Oftentimes we get blown away by talent, right? Oh, he's so funny, but is he abusive? Is he controlling? Oh, he's so attractive, but does he have emotional enmeshment problems with his mama? Is he emotionally enmeshed to his mama? Eesh. Does he have daddy issues? Does he have abandonment issues? You could be the greatest dancer in the world. Michael Jackson was the greatest of all of it. Dancing, singing, performing, all of it wrapped into one. But didn't like his daddy. Had daddy issues. Didn't want to look like Joe. Right? Felt like Joe stole his child. Just because you're talented doesn't mean you're a good relationship match. And oftentimes we get enamored. You see it happen in the Christian church, right? Where charisma, that pastor sure can preach. Lord, 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 Lord. Yes, that was a word this evening. But got 37 children by 37 different parishioners, all of them hidden in different churches across the state. Come on. But he can preach. Don't get caught in talent. This is why I always start the show, or sometimes I start the show, saying the speaker is not important. It is the message. How can you apply the message? How can you use the message? That is the key to this show. And if you don't participate, what does it mean anyway? Right? I can't correct your broken relationship. Only you can do that from the inside out. Oh, goodness. We got a great topic tonight. Humble pie. Care to have a slice? A deeper look at how humility strengthens your relationship. Does your partner need a humble tune-up? We're going to talk about it when we come forward. Please call us 1-800-920-1580. The VOR is live.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That
Please
one
help me stop
is
the
here.
massacre of Black lives. This is
This
Cherie
one
Onika
is me.
Vallejo. After nearly 16
That
years
one,
in the office protecting
you.
Los Angeles against crime and corruption, I am stepping forward to fight crime and corruption in Los Angeles.
Don't you
Vote
touch
for
these.
me, Cherie
Don't
Onika
touch it.
Vallejo, the first Black person to run for Los Angeles City Attorney.
Hey, yo!
Onika Vallejo.
What up, what up?
They can hold police accountable.
Come on, it's Friday.
And help Black
Let's
mothers
get
and
those
teachers keep
likes
their children
up.
and community safe. Cherie
In
Onika
Zynga.
Vallejo for Los
Thank
Angeles City
you.
Attorney. This message was
Thank
paid
you for the
by
super
Cherie
chat.
Onika Vallejo for Los
Snake
Angeles City
Finger.
Attorney 2020.
Thank you. We at $7. Let's
Let's
do it.
298-1825 to see if you qualify for free.
Everybody hit the like
Call
button.
866-298-1825. Brought to you by
Everybody hit the like button.
Divide Initiative. 866-298-1825.
Everybody hit it. Everybody. Everybody.
The travel card for
And you
people
know,
asking,
Where next?
my
200
playlist
miles on hotels and
is my
hotels,
co-host.
5x miles on flights booked through Capital
Hey,
One
we got a cold
Travel,
playlist
and
tonight.
on everything else you buy with
Hey, so
Venture
listen,
X.
write
Plus,
down the
receive
songs.
premium travel
Add these
benefits
songs
and
to your
access
playlist.
over 1,300 airport
You
lounges.
probably got some of
Venture
them,
X card from
but I
Capital
still
One.
got some
What's
wild
your
cards.
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Yes.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, challenging you to be the change you want to see. 100 Black Men of Los Angeles Incorporated is a non-profit community-based organization with a mission to
Be
improve
Young.
the quality of life
What
of
up?
African Americans and other minorities.
Third Eye,
Enhancing
Rod,
education
B,
and economic
Truemonger,
opportunities for
Nzinga,
initiatives like the
Her
Black
Transform,
Program,
Xylon,
Investment Program,
Snake Finger,
Technology Summit,
BKS2 Real, Sweet D, New Waters 2020, Deanna. What up, Deanna S? I see y'all in here. Rod Warren, what up? Herb John, what up? I see y'all. Let's all like this video. Let's get it trending. Vanetta Colbert, what up? It's the air guitar. It ain't Parkinson's. Somebody said, is that the air guitar or Parkinson's?
I would talk about going to the bathroom in public. So we decided to
Man,
sing
what kind of
about it.
asshole? One thing, can you give me one of those little waters? The cold ones. Parkinson's.
Charmin Super
Holla at your boy.
Regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Yeah! The Jacksons.
I know you don't hear that record often. Everybody is what it's called. It's on the same album as Heartbreak Hotel or This Place Hotel. Great record, man. And a lot of people don't know Mike was recording this in between Thriller. Come on, man. Great record. Everybody get down on the floor. The Voice of Reason is in the building tonight. We got a great topic. Humble pie. Care to have a slice? A deeper look at how humility strengthens your relationships. Oftentimes, many people see humility as a form of weakness, when in fact, it is strength incarnate. Now, it can only be strength incarnate if you're really with being humble. See, let me explain something to you. People think doing is being. They got it twisted. See, doing is a performance. Being is just the way you are. Now, if you're doing something in order to get something in return, that's called transactionalism. You want to call it reciprocity. See, yesterday's show was transactionalism, right? So again, I'm being humble. I'm taking the high road, but you don't want to. See, you're doing it so you can get the type of response you're looking for. So it's not a humble act. A humble act is not looking for praise. A humble act is not looking for reciprocity. Don't you notice that the higher level conscious principles don't require you to be something, repay something, act a certain way, conform? The higher consciousness pieces don't require that. Lower consciousness ideation says, if I do this, you got to do that. If I love on you, you got to love on me. I didn't know you loved me. That's why I never told you.
Right.
Wait, huh? Either you do or you don't, regardless of what I do. No, somebody told you relationships give you what you want. So you can't act humble and think you are humble. No, that's acting humble. That's not being humble. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. All y'all actors. Now you can, you can not appreciate what I'm saying and feel like I'm going too hard. Okay. Why is it important to be humble? Why is it important to cultivate humility from within? True or false, it's impossible to teach a narcissistic, controlling partner how to be humble. A lot of y'all get caught up trying to share your breakthroughs with your partner as if the pathway you took to the breakthrough is their pathway. No, they got their own pathway. And they might be jealous of you because you got your breakthrough before them. So you come happy, hey, it's breakthrough day for me, and this is how I did it. But listen, how you did it is specific to you. Let me tell you something. Business is regimented. Do your taxes, make a product, sell it, make some money, pay your taxes, save some, spend some. Business is linear, right? Transactional relationships, linear. I ain't got to really care about you. I ain't got to really feel for you, just long as you do what I need you to do. See, transactional relationships are in the doing business. What are we doing? Where's this going? You come in looking for the finish line. Hey, is it possible that we can make it to the finish line? Because if not, I can drop you and get a better suitor who can do what I need them to do. Now, when you get in the transactional game, now you're dealing with actors. Because there are a lot of thirsty, insecure, low self-esteem people out there who will put on the jacket of confidence. But Didn't you know? Oh, you didn't read The Shrouded Lighthouse. Oh, The Shrouded Lighthouse. There's a whole section in there that talks about confidence. And the original meaning of it meant con man. So that's what a con man is, a confidence man. That's what it's called. So somebody fakes it until they make it because they're selling you on their swagger. They're selling you on their bluster, their hubris. They're selling you on that. And then you, like a fish in the water that can't see the hook, takes the bait. Right? You can't teach a narcissistic partner how to be humble. Do you often feel humiliated when taking the high road during relationship conflict? Listen, either you're high or you're not. You shouldn't feel humiliated ever taking the high road. The reason why you feel humiliated is because your true self want to go upside their head. I be wanting to cuss so bad. Your true self want to go upside that noggin. Tell me, somebody call in and say, "Zoe, you a liar. You just lying." 1-800-920-1580. Talk to me. What is the difference between humility and humiliation? Many people cannot discern or ascertain the difference. They think they're the same thing. They might come from the same etymological root, but they have totally different meanings. True or false, some people confuse humility with weakness, but the opposite is true. It takes inner strength to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers, to refrain from interjecting our own point of view into a conversation before really hearing what the other person has to say. Are you in a relationship with a rightaholic? Right. I must be right. I must be right about everything. Would you ruin your relationship in pursuit of rightness? I say don't try to be right. Get in alignment. Choose alignment over rightness. Right? It's because you could be right all day and the relationship be sour. Yes, you were technically right, but everybody's upset now. Everybody's bent out of shape now. Everybody's spirit is soured. This is heavy, man. This is heavy. What's the difference between Mr. Nice Guy / woman and a humble person? See, so a lot of times people say, "Oh, he's just so humble and nice." Listen, there are nice mercenaries out there. What do you mean, Zoe? Nice is a performance. It's a character in relationships. Nice is a lure. And the person who's wearing the nice jacket typically is a relationship fisherman. Trying to snag somebody. Trying to snag some snapper. Trying to snag some snapper by being nice. Have you noticed if you've gone through something traumatic and you shared it with certain men, that certain men try to be all sweet and cool? Because just like a pimp, I had a pimp tell me this. Pimpin' Ken told me this. He said, "I would never approach a sister from the Nation of Islam." He said, "Because I already know how she's raised. She's not a part of the game." He said, "I look for the broken ones." Well, so does the nice guy. Is Zoe saying the nice guy is a pimp? Many times they are. Because underneath the nice exterior, he's still controlling. Right? Still controlling. Could be abusive. Just fronting, projecting as nice because nice is the lure. Especially for broken people. You want something to eat? I'm going to that concert. Would you like to go? Your kids want to go too? Let's go together. Next thing you know, he Ike Turner. I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. This is what's happening out here in these streets. Oh, goodness. Let's get to the phone line. Sean from Oakland, you're on the line. Talk to us tonight.
hey, Zoe, you just talked to us, and I'm down with it. But let me say, you said humility and humiliation, and what's the difference? I'm not sure I know, but I know one thing. I'm more than halfway to 100, so I'm kind of an older guy. But when I see people, being successful, see, to me, I really want them to be successful. I don't care which way you get successful, as long as you're not hurting other people. But that really motivates me. It motivates me because, my humility is that I do a lot of things really well. But exactly what you said early in your presentation, I make mistakes every single day. And I have a son with autism, not that that matters as much, but I work very hard every single day with him. And the whole point here is experience sharing memories. Experience sharing memories, right? If I spend this time with you, Zoe, and we have a decent experience, you'll remember it. If I came in here talking trash and saying, something, where I'm not happy about your success or about your monologue, which I thought was awesome, I would, have given you a bad experience. I am all for the positive experience, but not at the expense of being phony. I'm going to be authentic, and you're going to know me. I'll call whatever show, I'll talk to whoever on this planet, but you're going to know who I am. That's why I don't hesitate. And yeah, I wish I could cuss too, Zoe. I wish I could cuss, because that's more authentic.
Right.
Sometimes we can't even cuss to make our point. But I just have to tell you, I totally appreciate your monologue, because, humility is awesome. My Warriors here, I'm in the Bay Area, my Warriors they stunk in the fourth quarter. So my humility is saying, we stunk in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to give you some fluffy thing like, oh, we're better than the Celtics and all that kind of crap. I'm going to say, hey, we stunk it up, and now we better get better.
Right.
That's humility, in my opinion.
Yes.
Anyway, but I really appreciate this is awesome, man. I hope I get to talk to you more. I think we talked a couple times, but, man, your show is awesome.
Thank you, brother, and I appreciate you. Call in anytime. You already know.
Thanks, man. I love you.
Thank you. Wow, that was a great call. I love it. You know why humility is so difficult to cultivate? Because we live in an egocentric society. And an egocentric society will create an egocentric relationship. It'll create the template for an egocentric relationship. Egocentric relationships are rooted in what I can get. Right? True or false? In Western culture, we're encouraged to be vocal about our individual success and accomplishments. We present our ideal self on social media, at job interviews, and on first dates. But is all of this self-promotion good for a long-term relationship? Don't act like the street team, the guerrilla street team, ain't out there promoting. They're your friends. He's a good dude, I'm telling you, girl. Listen, the family, that's the street team. If you get a chance, if you get that far to meet friends and family. But people have a street team. Their friends, their inner circle promotes their ideal self in many cases. Oh, gosh. How do you know you're in an ego relationship? How do you know? An ego-based relationship. Well, typically it's unidirectional. Right? There's winning involved. I have to get the lion's share of whatever is going on. Whatever is here, I need this from you. I need to get the lion's share of the interaction. I need the lion's share of the attention. I need the lion's share of the approval. I need the lion's share of the money, the resources, the Rolodex. I need the lion's share of whatever is happening. That's an ego-based relationship. Now, Again, you've heard the narcissism narrative this week. Man, when we come forward, I'm going to tell you why it's so difficult to cultivate humility in relationships. The VOR is live. You need to call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. Mike. Woo, Mike.
Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tanita, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A 911 dispatcher no longer has their job after last month's mass shooting in Buffalo. It was reported the dispatcher hung up on an individual.
Come on, what y'all think of tonight's show? Talk to me. So, hey, talk to me. Share your thoughts. Where the Tools and Fuse crew? Come on, y'all.
In March of 2019.
Get them lights up.
To last a month. A 100-foot mural of Prince is now complete in downtown Minneapolis. A block party and dedication for the mural, featuring 3 different images of the Minnesota musician, was held on Thursday. The celebration continues.
Let me know what y'all think about tonight's show. Let's go. Let's talk to each other. Let's engage in conversation. Who's calling in? Who's sharing? Thank you, Mario. Eastwood.
So you can munch on mini pancakes.
Rob B. Tools and Fuse crew. We're at $13.98. Thank you.
It's breakfast time all the time.
Don't let YouTube take 30% of that. We gotta move as a crew. 101 people. Let's do it. So what up, man? Chris M. Darren L. Cock, what up, fam? New Waters 2020, what up? You know how I get down. We trying to cook tonight.
We've got something for everybody. Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment.
Vanetta!
Free enterprise. KBLA Talk 1580.
We at $18.98. Let's go. Don't let YouTube take it.
Stress and emotions. Not only are they out of control, but they're major contributions for weight gain. Introducing Breathe Infinity, where we teach 5 proven techniques that reduce stress and helps you lose weight. Sign up for our stress-reducing...
Deanna! Truemonger! We at $25.98. Let's go.
Go to breatheinfinity.com and sign up for a $99.
I see my Tools and Fuse crew up in here.
Go to breatheinfinity.com.
What up, Sarah?
Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing?
Hey, man, all these topics,
What is this
all
thing
these
do?
topics are advice for young men dating.
About everything, including
They're advice for
Talking
young
to them
people
about gun
dating.
safety
They're
at home
advice
is a good first
for
step, but you can
anybody.
do more. Always
Trust
keep your
me.
guns locked, unloaded,
All
and
every
stored
one of these
separately for
topics
ammunition.
can
Safe
be
gun storage
applied.
Saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
When did all the money made in cryptocurrency become such a burden? Let's face it, for some who are overnight fortunate, shiny cars and fancy homes are just a temporary fix. With so many people in the world in need, now there's
You ready?
a place to spread the wealth and keep a family's lights on. Pay it forward, and where there's blight,
No,
plant
this is what we'll
trees.
do.
Party with a purpose.
We'll do it at the
and
end of
save
the hour.
lives.
Okay.
Three
Going
qualities,
into
an
the
easy
top.
solution to charitable giving and connects us all.
So you can work if you-
Quality.net, those who
Huh?
have the means, transfer tokens
Somewhere
to a
around-
charitable
yeah.
wallet.
So you
Those
can
at their
you can
lowest
practice.
point now
What up?
fund finance
Humble arrogance.
crypto in which to turn. Need help or wish to provide help?
Come on, Tools and Fuse crew. They in here tonight. We at 30.97. Let's go.
Every human is equal.
If 100 people did it, it would make a big impact. That's who's in here, 109 folks.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why
Holistic Lifestyle, what up?
About a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit savebythescan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor.
Love the show,
about
Zoe.
screening.
Listening in Africa.
SaveByTheScan.org
Big
brought
Z.
to you by the
What
American
up?
Association's Lung
That's not the
Association
rock
and
symbol.
Ad Council.
It's just that I want to get my hands in the shot.
Over 80% of them experience.
Because I do this, somebody say, oh, he's a Mason.
Very different from pubic hair and skin.
He threw up the Baphomet sign.
Can mean bumps, redness, and
No,
irritation.
I'm just trying to get my hands in the shot. That's
The Minister Pubic Hair and Skin collection is designed specifically for women's needs and kids' pubic hair and skin.
Waylon Kirkland.
You can buy the products on their own or as a part of a collection.
Oh, it's
at major
Wyland.
retailers where you
Got
can
you.
find
What up,
your favorite
Wyland?
products.
Everybody, this is
I got you, Wyland.
You to download the Black Wall Street digital wallet today. It's in your App Store and your Google Play Store.
We at
This is a moment of
$35.97.
reflection where we
Twos and Fuse setting it off on Friday.
Build community.
Now let's get those likes up to match who's in here.
The cost of being you is too high. Let's build wealth with the Black Wall Street digital wallet. Download it today. Thank you.
5:30.
Be there, knowing I always care. Someone who lights your way each and every day. Doing what you love is everything, so we can celebrate the joy it brings. So much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams.
Playlist.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
On the top, getting down, yeah. You can't stand on the top in your relationship. I know you love this playlist, y'all. I'll make a song fit the topic, standing on the top. Hey, humble pie. Care to have a slice? A deeper look at how humility strengthens your relationship. Now, let's just break it down really quickly. What's the difference between humility and humiliation? While these two words are derived from the same root, they are on opposite ends of the spectrum in regards to meaning. Humiliation is to cause a painful loss of pride, self-respect, or dignity. In contrast, humility means a modest opinion of one's own importance. Do you see the difference? This is why it's important for me to come out and say, me, Zoe Williams, not important. The speaker is not important. Yes, the conversation is important, but the speaker ain't. You put so much energy in the messenger. Listen, I was watching somebody posted a gospel a choir, and they was singing some old moving, riveting, just hymnal. It was a hymnal. It moved me. But then I started to think. There's people in there who cheated on their taxes that are singing. There's people in there that participate in parental alienation, keeping one parent away from another, keeping the kid away from another parent. There's people in there that have done tax fraud, done claimed other kids on their tax. There's people in there that got their kid's name on the telephone bill. I said, wait a minute. There's people in there sleeping with the preacher. And although I am moved by the music, I have to lock into the message of the music and not the performers. Don't date talent. Oh, man, let's get to Keith in Los Angeles. Keith, talk to us, brother.
Okay, Pastor, how you doing?
Pastor Zoe in the building.
All right, how you doing? No, I listened to your last segment, and I wonder why radio personalities, especially males, they always act like it's just men that are out here not being right. It's a lot of women that do the same thing, even worse than men, and it's just men that perpetuates that all men are dogs type of things, or women are defeated because it was a man. A lot of women do things in relationships that hurt the man, and the man just deals with it in his own way emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of women, I've been told how to cheat by women more than my fellow men. So I know women are out there cheating. They just better at it than us. But they do cheat as much as us, if not more.
Brother Keith,
yes.
Let me ask you this real quick, and then I want you to hit your point on humility. Is this your first time listening to this show? Because we done, brother, we keep it fair and funky up in here. We call out the women on this show, and we call out the brothers too. It's fair and funky up in here. Go ahead, finish your humiliation, please.
When you were saying about humility, if you find out, like I found out, my significant other had been cheating on me for years, and humility is making excuses for that other person, what they're doing. And you know what they're doing, but you're making excuses for them in different family settings or other settings when they're asking, where's your significant other? And you make excuses why they're not there or what have you. And you find out you don't get an answer from the person, and you can tell them things, details about what they're doing to you they're supposed to be hiding. And they still don't tell you. So you're living in a miserable situation.
But that sounds like denial. That doesn't sound like humility. That sounds like denial. If you know your partner is cheating on you, and then you're around family members and you're making excuses for, the situation that you find yourself in, that's denial. That's not humility. And this is why we had to do this show, because a lot of people simply don't know what humility is. Right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, you bring up a good point, but this is what humility is. Humility is saying, I see things a certain way, but I'm interested, and I also value the way other people see things. See, oftentimes the narcissist doesn't care what you think.
Exactly.
The narcissist is engaged in what is called solipsism, which is a part of philosophy that says whatever I think is the only thing that matters. I'm a solipsist. I only care about what I think. That's a narcissist. You get what I'm saying? Somebody who is humble. This is why the best leaders, humility is a quality in the best leaders, because they can listen to other people and reflect back on themselves and say, you know what? I'm not as good in this area as you are. So I'm going to make you the leader of this area. That's That's good leadership. But it requires humility to be able to say, I can't take it on by myself, but I can also see that other people's perspectives are as valued as mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were talking about denial. That's somebody who is in denial. Now you got to ask the question, why are you in denial? Then you're going to jump into fear and ego. I'm in denial because I don't want to lose this person. I'm in denial because I got too much time, energy, and money tied up into this person. I'm in denial because I still really want this person despite the dustiness that they did to me. Do you see what I'm saying? Now that's, you see, so you highlighted denial. We talking about humility.
Okay.
Hey, Brother Keith, let me say, man, you brought LA into the building in a real way, man. This call was dope. You can call in anytime, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Hey, we in here tonight, and we not playing with you. People want to play around. Is being nice a veiled tactic for transactionalism in relationship? This is ugly, man. This is ugly. Do you understand how important it is? And I'm going to tell you when I come forward what humility's real effect on relationship is. When we come forward, the VOR is cooking.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
When did all the money made in cryptocurrency become such a burden? Let's face it.
Yo, we at 90.96, only $10 away from $100. What that means is they're going to take 30%. We get to $100, we'll get 70.
Spread the wealth and keep a family's lights on. Pay it forward, and where there's blight, plant trees. Party with a purpose and save lives.
Thank you.
Free quality is an easy
Somebody been
solution
hitting
to
us.
charitable
Mary
giving and
Jane
connects us
TV
all.
creation.
Freequality.net.
Doug
The means.
Burden.
Transfer tokens to a charitable wallet.
Come on, Doug.
Those at their lowest point.
Doug
Now
and
fund
Mary
finance
J.
by crypto
I like
in
Mary
which to
J
turn.
better than Mary
Need
Jane.
help? Or
Mary
wish to
J,
provide
the
help?
character in
Crypto
Spider-Man,
means
Spider-Man's
charity
girl.
at free quality. Visit
Never mind. Mary
3 and
Jane.
number 3,
Thank you.
quality
We appreciate
.net,
everybody's
where every
love
human
and
is
support
equal.
on this Friday night. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Is it fire? Is it useful?
You've inherited
Can
property
you
and cash
apply
after
it?
the death of a relative, but you also inherited the debts, bills, and taxes too. During this time of grief, you need someone to turn to for legal guidance. That someone is Albert Boudreau. Al Boudreau has been an inheritance attorney for over 30 years, working to keep generational wealth within the community. Call Boudreau at 323-939-5262. That's 323-939-5262. Even without a will, there's a way.
If you live in LA County, you could be eligible for free internet. Call 866-298-1825 to see if you qualify for free home internet. Call 866-298-1825. Brought to you by LA County's Delete the Divide initiative. 866-298-1825.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85%
DP!
Leading bargain detergent.
Come on, DP.
I thought I was getting
Way
a
to
better
come
deal
through,
because
brother.
It's so big.
Well, if you're looking for a better clean, Tide Pods are 88% concentrated ingredients.
Oh, pass me the intercom thing.
Put up the fire. If y'all enjoy the playlist, the content, put up the fire.
If it's gotta be clean, it's
Set
gotta be
this
Tide Pods.
motherfucker on fire. Come on.
Wake up and 11:30.
Live in 30 seconds.
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Put up the fire emoji if this shit fire.
Text and complain that they're on their phone.
Is
the whole
it
time.
fire?
Text and listen to
In
them complain that they're
Zynga.
on your phone the whole time.
True Meezy, Xylon.
Text and
Come
whatever.
on, y'all.
When you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger.
Chris
Put it
M.
in the glove box.
Eastwood.
Just don't text and
Nunu
drive.
Waters
Visit
2020.
StopTexts.StopRex.org.
I'm
Message
saying
from
Nunu,
Mid-Tech
that's-
and the Ad Council.
Sorry.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Break it down. Just keep on loving me. See, a lot of people just want to keep getting the love, even though they're not humble. They don't even want to work on humility developing practices. Listen, if you want your relationship to grow and prosper, you must learn humility. Can you admit when you're wrong? Can you accept that you've made a mistake? Are you a blame shifter? Every time you mess up, you blame somebody else for your mess. Humility allows you to say, do you know it's very difficult to be humble, to practice humility, right? And now watch this. It's difficult if you can't be accountable. Wow. So you saying accountability is a gateway drug to humility? No, I'm saying humility is the gateway drug to accountability. When you start cultivating humility, then you can start being accountable. Hey, you know what? My bad. I simply forgot. Now, me forgetting doesn't necessarily mean that I don't care. I know you might see it as I don't care because I forgot. But to be honest, I forget a lot of things. So please don't take that personal. I apologize sincerely for forgetting. Just understand that the intent of not caring was not a part of my process in forgetting. Do you see? You see how that's humility. A lot of people don't know how to do that. See, with humility comes the willingness to stop trying to control or change other people or life situations or events ostensibly for their own good. To be a committed spiritual seeker, it is necessary to relinquish the desire to be right or the imaginary value to society. In fact, I don't want to read I'm reading Dr. David R. Hawkins from the book Letting Go. Right? So many people hold on to a status, hold on to a position, a role, and it makes them think, I can't bend the knee for any reason. Oh, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. When we come forward, Zoe is going to continue this humility onslaught.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk.
Hey, what we doing? Hey, this hour just said bam.
The famous phrase from the film All the President's Men refers to the Watergate scandal, but it's something I live by in my work as a broadcaster, writer, and activist. Follow the money. Who paid? How much did they pay? And what do they think they're buying? That maxim is particularly relevant when it comes to politics, and our current election is a terrifying case in point.
I have missed you, Zoe. What up, fam?
The Protective League has dumped at least $4 million in advertising into a hit job on Congresswoman Karen Bass.
Hey, the Twos and Fuse crew, thank you guys.
The so-called union
Everybody hit that like button.
Is spending an unheard of amount of money in support of billionaire
what up, Preston?
And self-described LAPD savior
Bridget Wise. Humility is one of the virtues of an awakened, self-aware being. Come on. Lack of humility may be a symptom of someone who is not ready to vibrate.
African-American Congresswoman as she strives to become Los Angeles' first black woman mayor.
We're not worthy.
In long debunked allegations, the anti-blackness of these attacks is offensive and unmistakable. Oh, Dominique, that's just politics, you say. But there's more to it than that. Follow the money. Police associations, or unions, as they like to call themselves,
DP, then buy the book, man.
Organizations for law enforcement officers. We assume their
somebody put the Shrouded Lighthouse link in there for the brother.
Law enforcement associations, their advocacy often includes defending officers who kill, fostering misinformation campaigns around victims of police violence, and obstructing sincere efforts at police reform and reimagination. Their outsized power is often wielded to perpetuate policies and practices that enforce systemic bias and discrimination.
Where's
That's why I
Arabia?
call them cartels. I don't
Is she
know about
coming?
your union, but mine won't cover
Arabia.
up crimes for me. So why are these organizations, whatever you call them, allowed to endorse candidates? Why are they permitted to pour millions of dollars into political
Do you have the new
advertising?
one?
Shouldn't the hard-earned dues paid to them by officers be used for the direct benefit of those officers?
Preston
Aren't they
Davis,
wounded or
man,
worried
God
about
bless
someone's
you, brother.
Or maybe those dollars should be donated to the LAPD's operating budget, since they're constantly asking for bigger and bigger allocations.
So for someone
But no,
that has
in
brought all
Chicago,
three
New York,
books
and
at
Los
once,
Angeles
what
alone,
order
police
do you
associations spend tens of millions of dollars
read
every year to
Relationship
stop police
Dismount,
reform. And
Holographic
Los Angeles law
Relationship
enforcement is
Shrouded
the biggest
Lighthouse?
spender, with $65 million squandered on politics.
And it's a lot of people in here who haven't read the
Law
book.
enforcement is meant
I would
to
hope y'all
protect
read
and
the book.
serve all of the people, Republicans and Democrats, of every zip code and ethnicity. How can we trust
There's
them
the
to
link.
do so when they take sides in elections, and the side they choose invariably
I know you got it,
is the
Rob.
same
I
side
remember
that is
packaging yours up, brother. I signed yours too.
Police associations should not be allowed to endorse or donate to political candidates or initiatives. It is a built-in conflict of interest that is not only unethical, it undermines the trust law
Respect.
enforcement claims they would like to build with communities
Respect,
of
Trevis.
color. Who paid? The LA Police Association. How
Thank
much?
you,
$4
DP.
million and counting.
And anybody else who,
What do they think
man,
they're
go
buying?
order the
The
Shrouded
office
Lighthouse.
of the mayor. Follow the money. I'm Dominique
Even
DePuma.
my
We welcome your
intern,
comments at KBLA Talk 15.
even my intern bought my books and got them signed.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR on KBLA Talk 1580 back in the building. So we're talking about humility. But before we get back into that, my intern is here and she has been working her fingers to the nub. And she's about to do her read. She's ready to do it. And I'm ready to hear her do it. So let's go.
Hey family, so election day is Tuesday, June 7th, and we're already hearing that African American voter ballots are not being returned as quickly as other fellow citizens. Actually, in fact, black voters are in last place returning their ballots. So if you're voting by mail, please get your ballot in the mail right away. There's a lot at stake in this election, and your vote can be a difference maker in important races for mayor, city attorney, LA County Sheriff, Congress, state assembly, Senate races, judges, and even important propositions. Please visit our KBLA 1580 website for Dominique DePrima's conversation with the candidates. No radio station in LA has interviewed more candidates than KBLA Talk 1580. Hear what we have to say and make your choice. You can also learn what you need to know for the primary election on June 7th and find the free vaccination locations if you still are not vaccinated and intend to vote in person on June 7th. All this and more at our website, KBLA 1580. And remember, family, we have a lot to vote about.
This message was paid for by the African American Voter Registration, Education, and Participation Project. Man, she killed it. All right. Good job. Come on, Arabia.
Thank you,
You gonna make me play Knights Over Egypt for the Jones girls. Hey, listen, we're about to get this topic back on track. I need you guys to understand something, man. A lot of people struggle with humility, but not after the second hour of the VOR. I'm gonna stay on your neck like a county check when I come forward. The VOR is live.
Highway 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Tanita, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A 911 dispatcher no longer has their job after last month's mass shooting in Buffalo. It was reported the dispatcher hung up on an individual calling for help while inside the supermarket as the gunman fired shots. Jury selection in the trial of the suspect in the murder of rapper Nipsey Hussle is scheduled to resume Monday. Hussle was
You
shot
did great.
and killed outside of an LA business.
You
he
did
owned
great. And
in
even when
March
you
of
messed up,
2019.
you covered
The
it.
trial is expected
And that's
to
the
last
key.
a month.
When you're
A
reading it, you
100-foot
make it your
mural of
own.
Prince is now
You might
complete
not
in
read
downtown
every word
Minneapolis.
exactly,
A block party and
but you made it
dedication
your
for the
own. I saw you
mural
missed a few
featuring
little
3 different
pieces, but that's
images of the
okay.
Minnesota musician
The
was held
listener
on
didn't
Thursday.
know
The
unless they're
celebration
looking at the
continues
copy.
next week when a street will
So
be named in Prince's
you have to keep
honor.
that in mind. They
That's
don't
the
know
latest.
that I
I'm
didn't
Tanita
say,
from your 24/7
and I
news
said it
source,
this
the
way.
Black Information Network,
That
and
always works.
BINnews.com.
Well, you got to say
$10,
that.
explore more this weekend on Metrolink. Grab your family and friends
so
best taco shops. And
I was
Metro Store, make your
listening.
favorite Metrolink stores
I was
from
listening. I said, let me
Ventura
say
to
this.
Irvine and everywhere in
You got to
between.
say that
Weekend
piece at the
fairs just
end.
$10. Kids under 17 with paid adults are free. Details at
I ain't gonna let,
metrolinktrains.com.
hey, I ain't gonna let you fall off too bad.
Audio time on smart
But you
speakers.
did good.
Hey Alexa.
They telling you too. Nice job, Arabia.
Let's go.
We didn't know. Look, somebody said, earn my vote. Y'all crazy.
We never quite know where the conversation is going to go, but sometimes our guests really surprise us.
See, they celebrating you.
I downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it.
But again, you're in school for this.
What have you.
So,
I tweeted to my several 100,000
this is going to give you a leg up
attention to it as well.
on your classmates. Because your classmates are not at a professional, real, terrestrial level radio station doing live reads. They're not doing that. So you get this experience. You see what I'm saying?
I'm Zell Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble,
Exactly.
I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a bad person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't needed, and you still had to pay
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
No rebirth of seeds out of print. But I plan on bringing it back.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. I hit you with a bad pipe.
So when people say, how do you support black women? This is a way black men can support black women. It ain't always about money. It ain't always about relationships. This is how you do it.
Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
Hey, the voice of reason, hour number 2. I'm ready to do it. Listen to me now. I want you to know it's never too much. Come on. See, this is what you got to understand about love. Never too much. This is what you have to understand about love, about relationships, about healthy relationships. There's never too much humility. There's never too much respect. Listen, healthy relationships have mutual respect. There's never too much mutual respect. There's never too much mutual admiration. There's never too much mutual appreciation, right? And listen, there's never too much communication. There's never too much active listening. There's never too much healing. Do you see? Listen, man, I'm pointing out things, right? In a very meticulous, specific kind of way. If this is not happening in your relationship, this is an indicator that internal work must be done. 10 ways to be more humble in your relationship. Learn to accept advice from others. If you're struggling with that, that's your curriculum. Learn to listen objectively without judgment. If you're struggling with that, that's where you start. Learn to accept criticism with poise. Listen, if you put a ring on it, if you told her you love her, if he told you he loved you, they can't criticize? Not all criticism is destructive. There's something called constructive criticism. And earlier this week, we had Dr. Mark Goulston on the show. He killed the game. My psychiatrist homie, who was on my show for years. Old white man. He's in his 70s now. Old white man. He said something very, very powerful. I'ma stand up for you in public. I'ma stand beside you in conflict or crisis, but I have the right to stand up to you in private. See, humility allows your partner to respectfully, let me emphasize respectfully. Respectfully, your tone and delivery got to be right, but you get to pull my coattails in private. Listen, man, you saw that Vivica Fox came out and dragged Jada Pinkett for not being accountable. Listen, let me say, and I'm going to say it again, man. Jada Pinkett, the red table is necessary. People need to have those kind of discussions. But again, remember I told you, the actor, she's an actor. Actors gonna lead with the performance. See, put yourself out there. Now, you can talk about how you and your mama and y'all wasn't cool and this, that, and the third. But now that you're under the microscope and the red table has to now, you got to show that you got the tools from the red table and all the folks around you that are supporting you with the content that comes through the red. You got to stand up now and say, it's me. Wow. I'm accountable. Right? I'm a co-creator of the mess that was the Oscar night. That's humility. If you come out and you dance around it, that means you got work to do. Whoop. Here you go. You want to be humble in relationships? Accept your shortcomings and admit your mistakes. We just said that, Jada. Just come right out. Because you public. The slap was public. The man clearly is inside outside of himself. So just step in and say, hey, my bad. I wound him up. Or I had a part to play. You don't have to say I'm 100% responsible. You can say I'm a co-creator of this unfortunate event. Do you know how much respect, how much admiration you'll get by being courageous enough to just stand on that ledge? When we come forward, more from the VOR. I'm not off this humility stuff tonight.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American
Yo, we lit.
in underserved communities achieve
Y'all calling?
social parity, economic
Y'all see,
self-reliance, and
y'all
civil
like to
rights.
listen.
For over 100 years,
Motherfucker be like, I'm listening. This shit so good.
Access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth.
It get better when you call me.
Construction Career Academy.
Nick Love. For the co-host. Somebody done gave the co-host the music, the playlist, a super chat.
To sign up for our newsletter,
Bohemian Star, it happens that way.
with your time, talent, and
Goddess
donation,
Ayana, call
visit
in.
laul.org.
Where's the number?
laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
So you know the topic. We're talking about humility
You could be eligible
and
for
why
free
it's
internet.
necessary.
Call 866-298-1825
Humility is a gateway,
to see if you qualify for
right?
free home internet. Call
Or no,
866-298-1825.
acceptance.
Brought to you
How
by
did I say it
LA
earlier? I done
County
forgot.
866-298-1825.
Humility.
Are you looking to get your beard on point? King
Oh,
Jim's
accountable.
Style Master is the
Accountability
modern answer to
is the
any type of facial
gateway,
hair
or
with a
humility
complete set
is
of
the
precision
gateway
tools.
to
The
accountability.
Style Master is a
You got to first be
waterproof
humble,
with a long
then you can be
lasting organ
accountable,
blade. It's
then you can
extremely
take
versatile
ownership and
designed to
responsibility
age, trim, and
of
style
whatever
in full
negative
motion on
situation
any
you
hair
brought
length.
to the
Whatever your
relationship.
beard style, King Seeds and
So
Lengths will give you that
accountability
precise look and is perfect for
comes
any beard
out of
style.
humility.
It's the quintessential tool that every man needs to master their style.
At Social Security,
And out of accountability comes ownership. Somebody just bought a copy of my book. Hey!
allows you to access your earnings history
Whoever
and
bought
benefits
that, thank you.
information, request a replacement
Whoever
Social
got
Security
that.
card,
Was it
get a proof of
DP?
income letter, estimate and apply for benefits.
Whoever bought, hey, DP, if that was you, thank you.
Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow.
Shout out your book, you having exposed. I'm like, I need to get my hands
That
on
book
it.
fire.
Buying a car.
People think that book, there ain't no motherfucking, none of them books is comic books. The reviews will tell you. DP, good looking fam. I appreciate you, brother. 100%. I appreciate you.
Taking the easy way out. That's
Who
so
else gonna
you.
buy the holographic,
That's so you.
excuse me,
Capital One.
the Shrouded Lighthouse?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/autonavigation.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Since you came into my life, you are my love light, yes I know, and I'll never let you go. You're my all, part of me. Once I was lost and now found, and it turned my world around. When I need, I call your name. 'Cause I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes, 'cause I
Woo! Hey, hey! Stephanie Mills. Most of you ain't never knew love at all. See, I rain on your parade. I don't mind raining on your parade. Most people have never experienced love. If you haven't healed the unacknowledged, the unrepresented, the unloved trauma within you, you can't reach the high conscious level of love. You're calling it love, but it might be codependence. It might be a type of relationship addiction. You do know that, you get all types of biochemical reactions when you relive a traumatic situation. You do know that, right? Endorphins and dopamine and all kind of stuff, a little cocktail of hormones get released every time you reenact a traumatic situation. You start looking for it in relationships because that's your norm. The neuroplasticity of your neurons have now created neural pathways. The neurosynaptic nerves have created a whole network of this is my norm, even if it's toxic. I never knew love. You have not known love. Much the same way as Krishnamurti said, you have not actually heard anybody. If you can't listen to them without the filter of your experience in the way, you're not really hearing them. Your experience categorizes, alphabetizes, right? This is a priority, what he said. This is not. Based on what I've been through. That means you ain't heard them. Huh? People try to act like dependency ain't attractive out here. So for some people, they can only be comfortable in a codependent relationship because that's all they know. All right, here we go. Phone calls cracking. Let's do it. Let's do it. Everybody been on the same time. Let's get the lady on first. Goddess Ayana out of Houston, Texas. Talk to us, Ayana.
Peace, how you doing?
I'm over here on fire. You know how I get out.
Righteous. I saw that you were talking about humility and stuff like that in relationships, and I just want to say that I'm definitely an advocate for being humble because just in relationships you grow or whatever, and I've definitely had to humble myself in the relationship that I'm in now. I have an amazing man who takes great care of me. But nobody's perfect, and as I became more humble and as I learned to shut the fuck up, honestly, like, our relationship got a lot better, and I am just so proud of myself.
So, Goddess Ayana, this is, sweetheart, this is terrestrial radio. This is AM radio. You can't curse. But we caught it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right, but finish saying what you were saying.
Okay. No, and I'm just proud of myself for, being, because, sometimes you think you're very humble, you think you're and sometimes you get in a relationship with somebody who's really great, and then you realize, like, oh, I have things to work on, but sometimes you don't necessarily feel like everything needs to be worked on, but I have definitely, had to sit down and take a look at myself and, basically be more humble. And, one thing I think a lot of men talk about is women feeling like, what is it? Not expectations, but like we feel entitled. So I've really had to take a seat back from feeling entitled in my relationship, and it has done wonders. So I'm definitely like pro humble train right now.
I love it.
Great point.
I love it, and I appreciate you for calling in. And anytime you catch me, you're welcome to jump in here.
Righteous. Have a beautiful night.
All right, you too. Thank you. Wow, I love what she said. Minus the F-bomb. The voice of reason, we attract so many people from all over the country. People want to talk. They want to talk freely. But you cannot curse on these airwaves. It is forbidden. The higher ups have forbidden it. Okay, the number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Dr. David R. Hawkins, author of Power versus Force. The truly humble cannot be humbled. They are immune to humiliation. They have nothing to defend. There is no vulnerability, and therefore the truly humble do not experience critical attacks by others. Instead, a truly humble person sees the critical verbalization by another person as merely a statement of the other person's inner problems. Your criticism of me is really The verbal representation of what you refuse to work on in you. Humility is a high conscious spiritual movement. It doesn't mean capitulation. Maybe I have to read it again. It might have flew past some people. Then we go into Philadelphia. The truly humble cannot be humbled. They are immune to humiliation. They have nothing to defend. There is no vulnerability, and therefore the truly humble do not experience critical attacks by others. Instead, a truly humble person sees the critical verbalization by another person as merely a statement of the other person's inner problems. It's just beautiful to me. Okay, cool. Call in and tell me how you feel. 1-800-920-1580. Greg from Philadelphia, PA. It's your time to shine. And remember, no profanity.
Hey, brother, man. I've been listening to you for a couple of years now. I bought all 3 of your books. Huge fan. But I'm not really from Philadelphia. I'm from, like, the outskirts, like about an hour east of Philadelphia. So, therefore, we just say the Philadelphia area, so just so people don't get confused. But anyway, after reading all 3 of your books, I even told my kid's mother, who's my ex, I apologize for all my shortcomings. And I thanked her for making me a better person. It took me years to understand, even though we butted heads due to our insecurities that I learned through the Shrouded Lighthouse, how we attract and everything else like that. But I learned that, hey, listen, I needed to grow up, and I wasn't the person who I thought I was. My ego wasn't allowing me to see that. So I just wanted to say thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm going to keep listening. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you, good brother. And let's get over to Oakland. Back to Oakland town business. We down 0-1, but we going to come back and win in 6. Trust me, I'm a Laker fan. But I'm just going to say this. The Golden State Warriors are Lakers North. So I'm just telling you. You guys had the GOAT up there. He built this team. You guys had Jerry West. Come on now. That's Lakers North. Okay, cool. Otto, talk to us about tonight's topic, sir.
All right. Appreciate you. So, assalamu alaikum, blood. Assalamu alaikum, family out there.
Well, alaikum assalam.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. And that's me in the chat where you see Otto, when you salam me right there in the chat.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So,
all right.
You see me over there. That's where I'm at. Man, it's very interesting. I can sum this up as a digressor, right? A digressor type of love. You know, when you start into a conversation and you kind of get the feedback that they don't understand, you just digress and you just move on, right? Because you feel like I'm not really coming to this person and they're reciprocating the information or my specialness. You know what I'm saying? I don't think these people are as deep as me, or you're not just getting whatever energy that you already had in mind when you started the conversation, you know, and it's not coming back the way that you wanted. So you're like, hey, you ain't ready for me, right? You ain't ready for me. And it is a type of egotistical type of way of thinking, okay? Because not everybody's going to give you that energy that you want, okay? Not everybody's going to give that perception that you're looking for, you know what I mean? And in relationships, it's just about growing with each other, okay? It's about not trying to mold them into another Otto or another Zoe, okay? We're trying to grow into an image of one, all right? But it's not an image of one where you look like me, you start talking like me, you regurgitate my sayings. I mean, I've been married, so I never liked it when she started to think like me, because that's not the purpose. The purpose is to get some pushback, right? The purpose is that the pushback is some form of creation of what we are going to look like together. Okay, that's the blending part. You know, I like to paint. My grandfather's paint. So when you blending colors together, that's the stirring. You know, and if you ever watch painting how it's stirred, it's actually a beautiful process. It's a wonderful process. So when you're creating that whirlwind of love, it does come in some type of heat exchange, you know, argument. You know, I don't want to be like with someone who's just argumentative, just to be argumentative. Just, you know, no, I ain't trying to be with somebody like that. But I am saying it puts a fire in that type of relationship when you're getting something that you wasn't expecting. You know, it's weird sometimes. It's awkward sometimes. Sometimes it is dead silence, and you're looking at the person like, man, do you feel me? And, hey, they can just be taking it in and trying to see if you really about that life. And they just don't
Otto, did you say the N-word, sir?
No.
Oh, you did? Okay.
No,
Otto.
I said,
It might be on Otto. It might be on autopilot. Otto, you can't. Come on. Come on. You did, man. The engineer. Come on. Now I gotta let you go. I gotta let. I gotta let you. Golly. See, let me tell you something. Y'all, if I can do it, listen, Lord knows if I can do it, y'all should be able to do it. This real radio. This ain't YouTube. Well, this ain't YouTube. Let me say this. In terms of humility, most of you guys can't be humble, or most of you guys can't be humble because you've been humbled by your unhealed wounds. See, your unhealed wounds have beat you up and made you submit. So the unhealed wounds make you go inside and write defensive, overly protective, overly rigid expectations for other people, how they should behave, how they should act around you. Part of people who lack humility, they cultivate relationships where people have to walk on eggshells around them. You've been humbled by your wounds. And now, if you got to, this is how I am. If you're going to deal with me, this is how it's going. This is how I'm going to move. Listen, man, if you got young kids, they should be listening to this show. As they get into relationships, they should listen to these episodes. I swear it will do them justice. They're going to see it as they grow up. They probably see it in you. They're going to be like, yeah, mama and them act just like that. Dr. David R. Hawkins, yet again. Pain tells us that we have put our survival onto something that is a violation of some principle of consciousness. So oftentimes, pain is in a position of power in our relationships. And now we're projecting survival out to our partners via our relationship standards. Ain't nobody wrote a relationship expectation or standard in a whole spirit space. They typically write it from a societal space, from a space of lack. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. When Big Mama say don't give it up for free, that sound healthy to you? Or does that sound like passive-aggressive prostitution? Oh, I know. I told my daughter, if you give up your divinity, make sure or you give up your virginity, make sure he's in tune to your divinity and his. God realized, not God fearing. God realized. And I said, it's probably going to take a while for you to find that. Come on, man. Listen, when I come forward, I'm going to talk more about that. Yeah, I don't want to put my daughter in it because she will talk to me about it. Listen, when we come forward, more from the VOR. I'm on fire tonight.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
I'm Tanita, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A 911.
We got 120 people in here.
Job after last month's mass
We got
shooting in
one
Buffalo.
book sale.
Reported the dispatcher hung up on an individual.
Come on, y'all.
While inside the
Support
supermarket
your brother's book.
and fired shots.
If you already got it, I ain't talking to you. What up, Big Eval?
Nipsey Hussle
If you don't have the book,
Monday.
it
Hussle
makes
was
no
shot and
sense.
killed outside of an LA business he owned
Go get
in
that
March
book.
of 2019. The trial is expected to last a month. A 100-foot mural of Prince is now complete in downtown Minneapolis. A block party and dedication for the mural, featuring 3 different images of the Minnesota musician, was held on Thursday.
So,
the celebration
Arabia?
continues next week when a street will be
You gotta
named
read it
in
again.
Prince's honor. That's the
Twice.
latest. I'm Tanita. From your 24/7
And then when you read it
news
this
source,
time,
the Black Information Network,
you
and
must
BINnews.com.
Read it all the way down.
For just $10, explore
This
more
message
this
is
weekend
paid
on
for
Metrolink.
by the
Grab your
African
family
American
and
Voter
find the best
Registration,
taco shops
Education, and
outdoor fun at your
Participation.
favorite Metrolink
And then it's
stops from
also
Montreal,
rapping.
Oceanside, and everywhere in between. Weekend fares
Those
just
words
$10.
rhyme.
Under 17 with Credit Delta
So
free.
flow
Details
with
at
it.
MetrolinkTrains.com.
Right?
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests...
There is no ungodly talk. What? Come on, TLJ, Team Lord Jesus. There is no ungodly talk. Jesus was God realized. And he was trying to teach his disciples to be God realized. Peter walked on water for a little bit and almost drowned. And Jesus put him back in the boat and said, "O ye of little faith." Jesus was teaching God realization, not God fearing. So, what? Don't make me pull the sword out.
Not only are they out
That-
of control,
I'ma do that
but they're
show.
Major contributions for weight gain. Introducing Breathe Infinity, where we teach
I'ma do that
5
show.
techniques that reduce stress and helps you lose weight. Sign up for our stress reducing class on July 12th and discover how deep breathing
Y'all ready for that
reduces stress,
show?
regulates emotions, and helps you burn fat. Go to breatheinfinity.com and sign up for our $99 stress reducing special. Use discount code KBLA and save $20. Go to breatheinfinity.com.
Yeah, I'm not speaking nothing ungodly. I'm in alignment with the source, God, the force of everything.
Protecting Los Angeles against crime and corruption.
When I do that show,
to fight crime and corruption
then
in Los
everybody can come
Angeles.
in and have their
Vote for
little
me,
piece
Cherie
on it.
Onikavayakol, the first black person to run for Los Angeles City Attorney. Cherie
Hell yeah,
Onikavayakol,
on here. I
the
can do
attorney
that
can
show.
hold police accountable for violence in our communities, and help black mothers and teachers keep our children and communities safe. Cherie Onikavayakol,
Kimberly
for
Jackson,
Los
what
Angeles
up?
City Attorney. This message was paid for by Cherie Onikavayakol for Los
Deanna
Angeles City
S.
Attorney 2022.
I'll do that show.
And using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. Ouch. Well, by wearing a small remote
Y'all gotta help
device
me,
called
though.
a continuous glucose monitor,
Y'all gotta get my
or
books.
CGM, you can reduce the
This
pain
one
of
on my
pricking your
website. You
fingers.
want a
If you
paperback?
administer insulin 3 or
I
more
am
times per day, or use
ZoeWilliams.com.
insulin
Order it
pump, call
now,
learn
and I'll
how a
send it to you.
CGM can help you.
This one, TheShroudedLighthouse.com.
You can reduce pain right
Can y'all
away.
support
Plus,
the brother's
it's
work?
accurate, easy to use, and helps you spend more time
These-
in range. And if you have insurance, you can get a
Trust
new
me.
CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Hey,
Call now and get
all right,
free
I ain't
shipping
gonna
of the
say
new
nothing.
CGM, plus
Support
we'll bill
that.
your insurance for you. 800-457-9220.
So how do I talk to my ancestors? It's easy. Just talk to them. They're in your DNA.
800-457-9220. That's 800-457-9220.
They're in your DNA. I'll do that show too.
1580, connecting you with services and solutions.
Y'all want that show?
Koreatown Youth and
I'll set that
Community
show
Center,
up for Monday.
KYCC, was established in 1975 to support at-risk youth. KYCC is the
I'll do that
leading
show Monday.
multi-service
Y'all want that
organization
show?
in Koreatown, supporting children and their families in the areas of education, health,
Blow the
housing,
motherfucking
and
doors off in this
finances.
bitch. Boom.
KYCC is committed
Y'all
to
want
making
that
Koreatown
show?
a safe and beautiful place to live and work. The
mission of KYCC is to serve the
Ask
needs
your
of Korean
ancestors why
Americans
you got
in
your
Greater Los
current
Angeles,
partner.
as well as the multi-ethnic Koreatown community. KYCC's programs and services are directed towards recently immigrated.
Ask your ancestors why he here or why she here.
Empowerment. To donate, volunteer.
Y'all want that one? I got so many shows lined up, but what I don't want to do, fuck that. I ain't doing that show Monday. I'm gonna do some other shit. What I don't want to do is come in here and just be talking and nobody interact. Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Your car and
I'm getting sick of that shit.
maybe your best friend too. The music is chill.
It's better when we interact.
Friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today. Allstate.
I'll do it, but god damn, motherfuckers just be sitting back. Then they'll call at the end of the show. Hey,
1580, connecting you with services
that
and
shit
solutions.
crazy.
Minority AIDS Project is a California nonprofit organization that provides educational and other HIV/AIDS-related support services free of charge to eligible individuals.
I'd love to do it.
regardless of
I'm
age,
open.
Gender, ethnicity, culture, language, or circumstances.
Hey, Wayne Richards just hit my cash app.
Communities in Central and South
Man,
Central
I
Los Angeles.
appreciate that,
Minority
Wayne
AIDS
Richards.
Project is the first community-based HIV/AIDS organization established and managed by people of color. It was founded by Archbishop Carl
Only the
Bean and
ones
Unity
in Love and
Fellowship
Light,
Church of Christ
because some of
in
them are not.
1985 and has been serving South LA
We'll talk
ever
about that.
since. To make a donation or access services, call 323
We'll talk about that.
4949. That's 323-936-4949.
Some of your ancestors are at war with each other.
.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, sir. We've come full circle. Friday night playlists on fire. See, some people are in a rhythm of toxicity, right? Toxicity has its own gravitational pull and its own rhythms. Don't stop the music. Don't stop the toxicity. This is all I know, right? Can you embrace discomfort and change up close and personal in an intimate relationship? When you learn how to do that, you cultivate humility. Can appreciation, the showing of appreciation, be practiced in your relationship in much the same way as the Hindus practice Siva? Siva is the Sanskrit word for service. The Muslims have alms, right? I forgot the term. I used to know. It starts with a Z. Zakat. If I'm not right. Is it zakat? Zakat. I think that's what it is. Zakat. The Christians have tithes, right? Again, I think it's zakat for the Muslims. Alms, right? You give zakat. The bottom line is, by doing that, that is It's almost paying homage to God, right? In Ifa, you give offerings, food, water, gin, palm oil, honey, right? Cigars, right? You give offerings. It's to acknowledge, right? In relationship, can we make appreciation like the Hindus' Siva or the Muslims' Zakat or the Christian tithes? Maybe make that your relationship tithes. Appreciation. Oftentimes, we will speak about what's wrong, thinking we are empowering ourselves because we done carried some baggage from another relationship where we didn't speak up. We'll speak up on the negative things in the new relationship because I ain't going through that no more. And neglect appreciating your partner. Right? Appreciation ain't about doing. Sometimes it's just about acknowledging. I acknowledge you as someone special, valuable, meaningful, purposeful in my life. Sometimes that's all you need. It could be a little note, right? So I said it right, zakat. I was right. I said it right. Thank you, Kimberly Jackson. Pay attention. Many times, because of the advent of social media, we're not as attentive as we should be in relationships, right? We focus on what we want out of it. This is why they say, when people have an agenda in sex, like goal-oriented sex, like I'm gonna get off in 8 minutes, or I'm gonna get her off in 8 minutes, right? Goal-oriented sex ruins sex. Because many times you just have to be present. And if you're focused on an outcome, it's performance anxiety. Sorry. Can we try again in about 25, 30 minutes? I need some orange juice and some yogurt and some granola. I just need a little energy pickup. I'm just saying, when you focus on an outcome, oftentimes that ruins sex. Because you're in your head, you're thinking about what you want to do, you're thinking about how you're going to perform. It becomes performance-based, right? Not good. Right? This doesn't happen normally. It was an accident. I just got a little too excited, anticipation of, yeah. Transactional relationships are performance-based. And if it ain't good for sex, it ain't good for relating. Humility requires an awareness, man. You have to be open-minded. You have to embrace your strengths and your weaknesses in order to be humble. You have to always be in a perpetual state of gratefulness. And I know it's difficult to be grateful. Sometimes you want something, and you will narrow your focus in on that want, and everything else around you will be roses, but you can't smell them because the one thing is not available to you. That reminds me of that Chris Rock joke when he was talking about women. And I'm saying this applies to men and women. Sometimes you could be so focused on what's missing that you forget to look around and go, wow, I got a lot to be thankful for, so grateful, right? An attitude of gratitude and thankfulness is big for cultivating humility in relationships. Also, the relationship has to be a safe space where you can make mistakes, where your partner can make mistakes. Boy, when people make mistakes, the relationship be in peril. I'm already wounded. I'm already hurt. I already got my fist balled up. My spirit is balled up like a fist. You bet. I've said this before. Black relationships are so toxic in America that we cannot practice basic laws of humanity. Remember, what is that old axiom? To make a mistake or to error is human. To forgive is divine. Black people ain't got enough room to error with each other. Because once you cross me, I'm carrying generations of baggage. And I hooked up with you for Netflix and chill, and you crossed me? Never again. Hey. We don't even have the space to be humans. To error is human. To forgive is divine. Right? So we have to have a space to make mistakes in relationships, to fall short with each other, and it be okay, depending on what you talking about. What you mean, fall short? Huh? Fall short don't mean fall into that girl. Huh? Hey. You got into the relationship seeking attention. But to develop humility, you must stop seeking attention. You must be inwardly attentive. Who am I in this moment? How am I going to show up? What am I bringing to the table that might exacerbate a pre-existing situation between me and my partner? This is tough stuff, right? You want to cultivate humility? A lot of people don't want to cultivate humility. They want to get what they want to get. Your partner's not a robot or a vending machine that's supposed to dole out empathy and sex. Empathy sex cakes. That's not your part. When we come forward, I'm going to wrap it up. Hey, you think I still got some time? When we come forward, I'm going to break this thing down even further. The VOR is cooking as usual.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you live in LA County, you could be eligible for free internet. Call 866-298-1825 to see if you qualify for free home internet. Call 866-298-1825. Brought to you by LA
Are we
County
good tonight?
Divide Initiative.
There's a lot of people in here tonight.
866-298-1825.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Anybody who purchased my book tonight, I appreciate you.
KBLA Talk 1580, challenging you to be the change you want to see.
Is this good information?
Los Angeles Incorporated is a non-profit community-based organization with a mission to improve the quality of life for African Americans and
Is this good work I'm putting in? Y'all share it with me. I'm sharing with you. Y'all share it with me. So what's interesting is
in the Technology Summit, 100 Black men
I do my ritual before I come in.
Education, health and wellness, economic empowerment,
And one of the prayers I say
to
Eshu is,
skills and experiences adds value to their communities.
as I feed the bees, please feed me.
Sign up an eligible young scholar.
And the reason why I say that is because when I pour the honey down, there is a whole beehive developing on this block. And the bees be flying around acting crazy, but it seems like they like dogs now. When I show up, they sit down, they go, here he is. They go to Honey Man.
Aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts.
So part of my prayers as I feed the bees, please feed me.
Compliance. And you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients.
Thank
they
you.
have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and will fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now
Thank
for a
you.
free consultation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly.
9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Patrice Russian. Everybody looking for the perfect guy. He don't exist. Haven't you heard? He don't exist. Everybody is a work in progress. You can't find the perfect person nowhere except within you. Haven't you heard that little voice inside your spirit? When was the last time you ignored it? When was the last time you ignored it? Oh my God. We want to develop humility. Do you boast and brag in your relationships? Do you stunt on your partner? You compete with your partner and stunt on them. If it wasn't for me, you couldn't have got that. And even though you got that, you still ain't better off than I am. And I helped you get everything you got. Come on now. You want to cultivate humility, you got to break up with the small you. The lowercase you. I know. A lot of people don't want to hear this. But it's true. And it's real. Listen, true or false, all relationships are inter-experiential. And it takes a good amount of humility to accept a significant other's POV. Do you understand? It takes a certain level of grownness. And when I say grown, I'm not speaking chronologically. I'm speaking spiritually. If you haven't grown up, you can't listen. Listen to me now. If you haven't grown up spiritually, you can't hear your partner. You're going to hear your partner through what you've been through. When you grow up spiritually, you cast off those filters, and now you can hear and see them for who they really are. Hear, see, accept. But you are under strict orders from your unhealed wounds to make them bend and bow to your protective, unrealistic expectations of them. Transactional. Just do what I need you to do. Just show up the way I need you to show up. Listen, I'm not a relationship contraceptive. I'm not a relationship prophylactic. You just use me and throw me away. That's just not what it is. I'm here to exacerbate the wound so you can acknowledge its existence and then begin the healing process. All right. I'll be turned up. I'm sorry. I could do this show all night long. When we come forward, the final segment. I appreciate everybody in my chat room. They in there turned up. I appreciate everybody who called in. We turned up tonight. Friday is on fire with the VOR.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
Follow the money. The famous phrase from the film All the President's Men refers to the Watergate scandal, but it's something I live by in my work as a broadcaster, writer, and activist. Follow the money. Who paid? How much did they pay? And what do they think they're buying?
There's no judgment.
That maxim is particularly relevant when it comes to politics,
even if you
and our current election is a terrifying case in point. The Los Angeles Police Protective League has dumped at least $4 million in advertising into a hit job on Congressman
You done read it so
Karen
many
Bass.
times.
In what is laughably
So stop trying to perform
independent
it
expenditure,
and just
the
flow
so-called
with it.
union representing our city's
good.
cops is spending an unheard of amount of money in support of billionaire real estate developer and self-described LAPD savior Rick Caruso in his bid for mayor. The LAPD Association has
Ladies and gentlemen,
$4 million
we are
worth of
$5
bullshit
away
lies, slander, and insinuation
from $150 today.
Thoroughly vetted,
I don't mind telling you, we're at $145.92. Can I get one person to put us over the top?
The anti-blackness of these attacks is offensive and unmistakable.
AJ Johnson, thank you. Y'all appreciate tonight's topic?
There's more to it than that.
I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate
or
all the
unions, as they like to
calls.
call themselves,
I don't
are
appreciate the
advocacy
profanity,
organizations for law
but I
enforcement.
love y'all.
We assume their job is to lobby for better pay and working conditions. But in the case of law enforcement associations, their advocacy often includes defending
Hey, what y'all
officers
think of
who
the
kill, fostering misinformation campaigns around
tonight's
victims of
co-host, the
police
playlist?
violence, and obstructing sincere efforts at
And
police
Zinga been
reform
in the
and
on the
reimagination.
super chat
Their
killing.
outsized power is often
And
wielded
Zinga, I
to
appreciate you,
perpetuate
love.
policies and practices that enforce systemic bias and discrimination. That's
No,
why
I love the
call
love
them
we sharing here
cartels.
too. I
I
appreciate
don't know about
y'all.
your union, but mine won't cover up crimes for me.
We just need
why
one
these
more
organizations,
person
whatever you call them, allowed
to drop a
endorse
5
candidates?
spot to take us
Why
over
are
the
they
top.
permitted to pour millions of dollars into political advertising? Shouldn't the
Gail
hard-earned dues paid to
Jackson,
them by officers be
Nzinga,
used for the
DP,
direct benefit of those officers?
TLJ
Aren't there wounded or
team,
widowed cops who
Lord
need support?
Jesus,
Or
big
maybe
up.
those dollars should be donated to the
Yeah, ain't
LAPD's
nobody got
operating
time for all
budget,
that drama,
since they're
women.
constantly asking for bigger and bigger allocations. But no.
Joshua
In
Stover.
Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles alone, police associations
Yeah.
spend tens of millions of dollars
I appreciate
every year
y'all.
to stop police reform. And Los Angeles law enforcement
Tonight's
is the
show was
biggest
popping
spender,
for sure.
with $65 million squandered on politics in just
1
the
minute.
past
Here we
20
go.
years. Law enforcement is meant to protect and serve all of the people. Republicans
She's gonna
and
do a
Democrats
read. I'm
of
setting her up
every
to do the
zip
read.
code and ethnicity. How
Yeah.
can we trust them to do so when they take
Legal
sides
or
and
illegal?
the side they choose invariably
Yeah.
is the same side that is complicit in brutalizing and killing black and BIPOC
Yep.
people. Police associations should not be allowed to.
It's all the same, legal or illegal. Thank you, sir.
It is a built-in conflict of interest that is not only unethical, it undermines
one?
the trust law enforcement claims they would like to build with communities of color. Who paid? The LA Police Association. How much? $4 million and counting. They're buying the office of the mayor.
All right.
Follow the money. I'm Dominique DePrima. We welcome your comments at KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is back in here. We got to wrap this quick. My intern Arabia shall hit you again with some vital information.
Hey family, Election Day is Tuesday, June 7th, and we're already hearing that African American voter ballots are not being returned as quickly as other fellow citizens. Actually, in fact, black voters are in last place returning their ballots. So if you're voting by mail, please get your ballot in the mail right away. There's a lot at stake in this election, and your vote can be a difference maker in important races for mayor, city attorney, LA County Sheriff, Congress, state assembly, and Senate races, judges, and even important propositions. Please visit our KBLA 1580 website for Dominique DePrima's conversations with the candidates. No radio station in LA has interviewed more candidates than KBLA Talk 1580. Hear what they have to say and make your choice. You can also learn what you need to know for the primary election on June 7th and find the free vaccination locations if you are still not vaccinated and intend to vote in person on June 7th. All of this and more at our website at KBLA 1580. And remember, we've got a lot to vote about. This message is paid for by the African American Voter Registration, Education, and Participation Project.
Yeah. Hey, this was a wonderful show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned for the best of Danny Morrison and Robin. And of course, a little bit of news. I started the conversation. You're going to finish it. I'll see you next week. Arabia!
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Ha ha! You did that.
I'm Tanita, and here's the latest.
Arabia, you did that. Good
A
shit.
911 dispatcher no longer has their
I feel the love. I appreciate y'all.
You did that read.
Ah. Inside the supermarket.
Yeah.
Jury selection in the trial of the
Nothing but love and appreciation for everybody in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This was a great show. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Deuces.
The trial is expected